Hello there, Today All Day viewers. Good to see you, and we're so glad you decided to spend part of your Tuesday with us.
Indeed, we have a lot to get to in this edition of your favorite digital show. It's called Today in 30. So what do you say we break it all down?
All right, we're going to start with a report from our own Richard Engel. He is in Kabul with the latest on the race to get Americans and other allies out of Afghanistan.
Plus, it is being called the Great Resignation. Americans are quitting or shifting careers in record numbers. So we're going to explore that trend and maybe what you should consider if you're thinking about making a change.
And then I got to sit down with a remarkable young woman. She missed a lot during her senior year of high school, so we decided we'll celebrate her, those missed milestones, and treat her to a really big surprise.
And then to top it all off, we have a list of kitchen gadgets to get your daily chores done faster and easier.
Sign us up. Time for Today in 30.
We do begin in Kabul with NBC's chief foreign correspondent, Richard Engel. Hey, Richard, good morning.
Good morning, Hoda. The evacuation flights are coming in frequently now, and you can sense there is urgency about them. They land, they're only on the ground for a few minutes before they take off again. It is clear the U.S. wants to wrap this up as quickly as possible.
Kabul airport this morning is back up and running. Evacuation flights for U.S. Embassy personnel and contractors in full swing. Flights were stopped yesterday when tens of thousands of Afghans stormed onto the runways, desperate to leave, clinging onto aircraft, trying not to be left behind as the Americans pull out. U.S. troops found themselves overwhelmed as they tried to clear the airport, firing warning shots. The Pentagon says American troops killed 2 armed Afghans, but some Afghans were able to get out. On one flight so full, it may have set a record for the number of people who can fit onto an American C-17. Afghans are running from the Taliban, now in full control, setting up checkpoints with the very weapons American taxpayers bought for the Afghan army, which collapsed instead of fighting after the U.S. pulled out of bases and left them without air support. Today, the Taliban told Afghans they have nothing to fear. The group called on civil servants to return to work, offered a non-specific general amnesty, and called on women to join their new government. But the Taliban also said they will always be guided by strict Islamic Sharia law, as all beauty salons and advertising showing women are now being painted over. Many Afghans don't believe the Taliban's promises of tolerance.
Somebody should help me.
Hasib, a translator for the U.S. military, is one of thousands in hiding this morning. Translators have been marked for death by the Taliban. Hasib has no visa to the U.S. and no way of getting to the airport if he had one. We're not showing his face for his safety.
Right now I am in Kabul, and Kabul is surrounded by the Taliban. I'm not safe here. This is all the documents to prove that I was an interpreter.
The Taliban are trying to show they're an open, legitimate government ready to engage with the world. Now they have to prove it to a skeptical and frightened nation.
The Taliban have even offered to work with the government that they just overthrew. The question is, can they be believed? Hoda?
All right, Richard Engel for us there. Thank you, Richard.
This morning, we're taking a closer look at what some are calling the Great Resignation, people quitting or shifting careers in record numbers since the pandemic.
NBC's investigative and consumer correspondent Vicki Wynn's here with more on this one. Hey, Vic.
Yeah, hey, maybe you know some of these folks. A growing number of employees are calling it quits. Some just don't want to return to the office. Others say the pandemic changed their priorities. In many industries, the power dynamic has shifted, putting workers in the driver's seat. This morning, where the jobs are and what you need to know before making that career move.
Lindsay Gamard just started her new job as a product data analyst. She now works mostly from home in Arizona.
A lot of us feel like we can be more productive in a home office environment rather than in a physical office building.
Lindsay says in May, her previous company required staff to come in at least 50% of the time. Many quit. The extra work led Lindsay to resign.
Did you feel like the company had a set of rules and it wasn't going to compromise?
Those were the rules. There wasn't going to be any compromise.
In a June survey by job search site Monster.com, 95% of workers considered changing jobs. The most common factor, burnout, followed by a lack of job growth, which is exactly what Lindsay felt.
I kind of ran out of room to grow.
This is definitely a job seeker's market.
Vicki Salemi is a former corporate recruiter and career expert at Monster. She says this is a great time to consider a new job or even a career change. Recent labor statistics show nearly 4 million employees quit their jobs. Compare that to more than 9 million available jobs.
What are the hot industries right now?
When you look at the jobs that are available, there's bank teller, veterinary technician, pharmacy technician. So they're really everywhere. Security guard, different industries all throughout the country.
The top 3 industries with the most openings: education and health services, followed by trade, transportation, and utilities. Third, the professional and business services sector, which includes office temp work and accounting.
The good point to the Great Resignation is there are opportunities out there, so it's an awesome time to be looking.
And they're not just quitting their jobs. Americans are also pivoting their careers. 92% of workers surveyed were willing to change. Salemi says don't worry if you've never worked in a particular industry. Just be sure to highlight the skills you have that can transfer to any job. For example, customer service and hospitality can cross over to healthcare.
Employers say that when they're evaluating candidates for the right fit to hire, they're looking at resume, work experience, and interview presence. And they don't really focus that much on the specific work experience, but it's really a good time to pivot.
When you are considering whether or not you want to leave your current job, what are some things to keep in mind?
You should consider a few things. Number one, flexibility. So where do you want to work? Do you want to work from home? Do you want to work in an office? Or do you want a hybrid situation? So when you're starting your job search, you can pursue opportunities that provide you with what you want to be happy.
As for Lindsay, she loves her new job. She says she hit the jackpot working for a company with a work-from-home-first approach and growth opportunities. Plus, it didn't take long to get the offer.
They called me within 24 hours to offer me the job.
24 hours after your interview?
Less than that, yeah.
Wow. How did this process make you feel?
So I would say that the process did make me feel empowered because I felt like I, as the job seeker, kind of had the upper hand, that I was valuable, and feeling valuable is empowering.
Now, Lindsay says it can be daunting to put yourself out there, especially if you're switching careers. But start with small steps. Reach out for informational interviews. Talk to the people in your network first. And just remember, the grass is not always greener.
Or anecdotally, you hear so many people saying they're looking to switch, they're trying to find new jobs, and you're seeing that too.
And they're in the pole position, which is great.
Yeah.
Know your skill set and be willing to put yourself out there if it's time for a change.
Cool. All right, Vicki, thank you. Now we're moving on to our special series. It's a great one. It's called Milestones We Missed. Because of the pandemic, a lot of people had to postpone important life events over the past 17 months or so.
So we put the call out to our viewers, and we heard from nearly 1,000 of you who missed out on weddings and birthdays and graduation celebrations. One mom from Deer Park, Texas, wrote to us about her remarkable daughter, Ellie, and her missed milestone. So we wanted to help. Lisa Brody is proud of her daughter, Ellie, who graduated high school last year in the midst of the pandemic.
She is full of life. She just loves life. She's determined.
Lisa says Ellie, who has Down syndrome, doesn't let her disability stand in her way.
Come on, baby.
She loves caring for her dogs. Even started a small business with her mom, 3 Dogs Barkery, selling their home-baked dog biscuits. And she made these in honor of us.
1, 2, 3. Deer Park!
And she trains with her Special Olympics team.
Oh, yeah.
But Ellie's senior year of high school turned into a year of disappointments.
So Ellie was in her senior year when the pandemic hit. That's not a really fun time to be missing school.
Like most high school seniors who graduated during the pandemic, this rite of passage wasn't how they pictured it. A Zoom graduation followed a month later by a socially distanced ceremony.
Only 3 family members were allowed to attend. You know, family members, teachers, friends couldn't see that in person. It was an emotional evening. Finally had this moment in the middle of a pandemic.
Ellie's original prom was canceled too, but this spring she was able to celebrate.
This year, when it was safe to gather, myself, a handful of teachers and parents were able to put together a new prom. She and her boyfriend were voted the prom king and queen. With all of these milestones that we had planned, prom, graduation trip.
I want to go to senior trip.
Ellie had planned a trip that she'd been thinking about for at least a couple of years, wanting to go to New York City after graduation.
Her senior trip to the Big Apple, a gift from her parents, also had to be canceled.
We had planned to make a visit to the Statue of Liberty, some Broadway musicals. Hamilton is her absolute favorite. Everything is Hamilton right now.
The Schuyler Sisters song is a favorite, and she knows all the moves.
Work, work, Angelica.
They had also planned to stop by our Today Plaza.
We wanted, of course, to come out to the plaza because every morning we sit and we watch the Today Show while we're eating breakfast. So we absolutely wanted to make a trip.
So when we heard Ellie missed out on her big trip, we wanted to surprise Ellie and make her wish come true. Now, you graduated high school, right, Ellie?
Yes.
You must be pretty proud of yourself.
Thank you so much.
I know you had a big trip planned.
Yes.
Where did you want to go?
New York.
Do you think you might like to come if you got the chance?
Sure.
Okay. I think we have something that might get you in the mood to visit New York City there. And I have something too to match you.
My goodness.
What do you think about coming to New York City and coming to visit us on the Today Show? Would you like to do that?
Yes.
And make up for that lost senior trip?
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
Lisa,
It's amazing.
we would love it if you would come and be our guest.
Oh, yes.
What would that mean to you, Lisa? I mean, there have been so many milestones that have been missed.
It's something that she looked forward to for at least a couple years, so that is just amazing.
I'm so glad. What are some of the things you wanted to do when you were in New York?
I'll go see Hamilton.
Oh, Hamilton.
What else?
Statue of Liberty.
Oh, the Statue of Liberty. We're hitting everything here. And you're going to come visit me in the Today Show, right?
Yes, I am.
Well, I think we might have one other little surprise there waiting for you. Hamilton creator Lin-Manuel Miranda helped us pull off this next one.
Hi, Ellie. I heard you are a Hamilton superfan and love dancing to the music, and how disappointed you were that you weren't able to come see Hamilton in New York City. So I have a surprise for you. Open up that package you have there. Yeah, that one. I'll wait.
Open it.
We're reserving 2 seats for you and your mom to come see Hamilton in New York City in the fall. We are thrilled that with the help of the Today Show, you're finally going to get to come to New York City for that senior trip.
Oh my gosh.
I love it.
Oh my goodness.
You're coming to New York City. You've got a date in the morning at the Today Show, and you have a date at night to see Hamilton.
Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much.
Oh, I'm so glad. We can't wait to have you here and just to make up for lost time.
You're going to go see Savannah and Hoda and Hamilton. You're going to cry?
Thank you.
You're welcome, love. I'm so excited to meet you in person. Happy graduation, Ellie.
Thank you so much.
You ready to go to New York City?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's go.
New York City, here you come. You guys are going to fall in love. Ellie's coming, okay, and her mom, Lisa, she's so impressive. She has a huge heart. You know, for her birthday, she actually donated food to the local pantry. She was she's always thinking about her community. She's a lovely young woman.
That, by the way, that was beautiful. That was beautiful. I can't wait to see her. I can picture her on the plaza.
Oh, yeah.
I can picture her.
She's coming inside. I already told her. I'm like, I'm giving you the whole behind the scenes to tell you everything.
All right, guys, we know we've all gotten those frustrating telemarketing calls and we just want to hang up. But now there's a new version of telemarketing that gets you another way through social media. Savannah Sellers is here now. She's the host of NBC News' Stay Tuned on Snapchat, and she's here with a warning. Savannah, so this is a kind of a new thing that's happening.
Yeah, it is, and it is absolutely a warning. So many of us use social media to shop or find inspiration, but beware. Our Stay Tuned viewers told us how some scammers are targeting would-be influencers to make a quick buck.
Hey, we think you'd be great. We're looking for an ambassador for our company. They usually comment on one of my photos first and say, hey, you look perfect for a project I'm doing or something.
Maybe you've gotten this message on Instagram. Accounts reaching out asking you to be a brand ambassador, often offering a discount code for products in exchange for a post on your feed. 19-year-old college student Janiyah Watson says she got one of those messages last summer.
Well, I was 100% interested because I'm just like, oh, wow, like it's really my time. Like, oh my goodness, I'm going to be a model.
The person who DM'd Janiyah, who appeared to be a 23-year-old female Instagram user, said they'd send her a few outfits a week and would pay her a couple $100 to post pictures of her wearing the outfits on Instagram. But there was a catch. First, Janiyah needed to send them some money.
So I'm just like, okay, $55 for 6 outfits? That probably would cost like way more.
Right. You're thinking, hey, that sounds good. And then at what point did you start to think, wait, what did I just pay for?
Probably immediately after, because I paid her the $55. I sent her the products I wanted, but she had never asked me for my size. And so that's when, flags kind of started to raise just a little bit. Obviously not enough, but just a little bit.
All in, Janiyah says she paid the person about $70, but never received any products. We reached out to the account that messaged Janiyah, but got blocked. According to the Better Business Bureau, online shopping scams have been on the rise and spiked in 2020 as the pandemic forced more shoppers online.
Tell me how it goes from, hey, I got this comment to, I just lost $100.
That is one of the age-old tactics that scammers will do, and that is building a relationship with their target. We look through the scam tracker and we see different reports of people assuming, hey, I thought I was really somebody's friend, or I really thought I was going to get this great deal of a lifetime, only to find out it wasn't true, or it wasn't what I thought it was.
And Sandra says it's not just money scammers are after. Some will try to steal your credit card information or even your identity.
So what are some ways to avoid being scammed like this?
The biggest way to avoid being scammed is, first of all, protect your identity like it's cash. Secondly, when you receive one of those unsolicited offers, question it. If they're asking you to send money, that is the first telltale sign that it possibly is a scam.
Instagram tells us they're trying to constantly improve their technology to combat new trends and techniques that hackers and spammy accounts may use. Janiyah, who's building her own following on YouTube, says she learned her lesson and now is extra careful when doing any brand partnerships.
So now I actually have like a marketing kit, rate card. I do have a lot of brand ambassadorships, I guess.
And just to be clear, you are getting paid, right?
100%. I am getting paid. I should not have to pay for anything. If you want me to market your product and make a video with your product, not even shipping.
One more warning for you. The Better Business Bureau also says that a lot of these scams prey on people's desire to do good, often claiming to support a cause or to have partnered with a charity. And Sandra, who you saw there, tells us these scams can be hard to police. She actually said it's like a game of whack-a-mole. Once one website or account gets taken down, since someone reports it, they're right on to the next.
When you watch it, you see how kids who want to be influencers could easily fall for it. So what happens if you do fall for it or your child falls for it? What do you do?
Absolutely, yeah. The first one's maybe easier said than done. Don't be embarrassed. I mean, it's meant to fool you. It's meant to make you feel good and like they want to work with you. Second, tell others so they don't get duped. If it's happening to you, it might be happening to your friends or classmates. And report it to the social media platform where you got the message and to the Better Business Bureau. On Instagram, there are several ways that you can do that. There's 3 little dots in the corner of a picture. If you hold down on that, or if you hold down on one of those DMs, the direct messages, it gives you an option to report that.
Okay, learned so much. That's such a great story. Savannah, thank you for that.
Hey friends watching Today in 30, I'm Alejandra Ramos and I'm showing you products and gadgets that are gonna make your life easier, help save you time, like this amazing way of making freshly brewed iced coffee in seconds. Tune in to see everything I'm sharing with you guys, and don't forget to head to today.com/shop so you can get your hands on every single one of these amazing products. I'll see you there.
All week long, we're aiming to make your life easier with clever tools and hacks. And today, we're saving you time around the house.
Yeah, from self-watering planters to an item that'll chill your drink in an instant. Lifestyle expert Alejandra Ramos has all the goods. Alejandra, hi, how are you?
Hello. I wish I was back with you guys.
We
but
miss you.
happy.
You should be here in real life.
Well, we are mirroring your table. We've got everything that we need. And let's start right here. Oh, with the air purifier.
If you have any bacteria or dog hair.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. So if you want to live easy, you want to breathe easy. So these are air purifiers are from Instant, as in Instant Pot. They also make incredible air purifiers. What I love about them, we were trying to figure out a fun way to show this on the show, but they're actually pretty much silent, and that light turns completely off even while it's still running. So you can sleep in peace. You can study. It's not going to bother you.
I was going to say, I didn't even know. I didn't realize it was even on. You said it works with odors too? It kills odors?
I use this in my kitchen when I'm cooking and I'm frying, and it gets rid of it. It gets rid of my neighbors. They are smokers. I don't smell it anymore. Truly one of the best air purifiers I've ever tried.
That is awesome.
Wow.
Okay, I have to admit something. I'm not good at keeping houseplants alive. And you say that these little things can help do it, and you don't even need to water them so much.
They really are. It's going to make your life better. So, plants, it's all about consistent watering. It's about knowing when they need it. And this is a really great way to extend the amount of time between when you water. You fill this little glass tube with water. They come in these super cute shapes. And then you just pop it right into your plant. Just like that. It tucks right in. And basically the roots will pull that water. So you don't have to always check it in. Once you see it's empty, that's the clue that you have to refill it.
Can you do that in any plants? Like I know orchids need less orchids are the one thing that I kill constantly, but they need less water probably than these babies.
I think this is more for the standard house plants, the ones that have a little bit more tricky requirements. You don't want to use this with, but I'm a plant mama. I've got plants all over my apartment, and I use this in just about all of them.
Alejandra, a lot of people make hot coffee, pour it over ice, and try to make a nice cup of iced coffee, a cold brew. Do you have a better solution?
I do. I love my iced coffee in the morning. I don't have any patience to wait, though. And if you pour it over the ice, it waters it down. This is the Hyper Chiller. It is so fantastic. You pop this in your freezer. You can keep it there. And you pour your coffee right in, 60 to 90 seconds. It will chill it completely, and then you can pour it over ice. You can also do this with wine if you need to quickly cool some wine or spirits if you're making cocktails. It works so well. Comes in a few fun colors, and you don't have to open it. So you just pour the coffee. See, I wish I was with you guys.
You pour the coffee
right
in
into that
in the top.
Careful,
it's hot, dude.
Yeah, that ain't iced coffee yet. Okay, let's see. You pour it right away. Let's try this.
You pour it in a little bit slower.
And then how long do you have to have it sit in there?
About 60 to 90 seconds. It has a power of 30 ice cubes without watering it down.
Okay, we're going to come back in 60 seconds and try it.
All righty. We'll leave that there.
Okay? You burned it?
No, it's not too bad. Okay, now these things are really cool. You can cook, serve, and store meals in one container.
This is brilliant.
This is like the Jetsons.
Exactly. So this is any day microwave cookware. I love this set. It is specially designed to work in the microwave. It's got so many features. It traps in the steam, which is when you throw things in a microwave, they dry out really quickly.
They get really dry.
Is what keeps food moist. You can make soup. You can make the perfect veggies. You can make pasta, rice. You can even bake a cake inside. It's got this little knob that basically holds that moisture in, but also releases the steam.
We like pasta.
You may notice that it's got a little metal on there, but that is microwave safe.
We only have a few seconds, but we want to get to all the rest, so you got a pasta scooper.
The Joseph colander. This is awesome. Basically, it's a spoon and a colander in one. It's got a little spoon rest right there that'll hold it in place.
That's
super
awesome.
Fantastic.
Brilliant.
Brown sugar. Say you don't want to
we hate when it
make
gets
your brown
hard.
sugar. We hate when it gets hard. These little brown sugar savers from Stonewall Kitchen, one of my favorite companies. They make like awesome jams. Soak this in water for 15 seconds. Pop it in your brown sugar jar. It'll keep it soft for 3 months. Also works with bread and things you don't want to get stale. And last, but certainly not least, I love this. This is a magnetic kitchen shelf. You can also put this in your, basically you just pop it on like this. Stays on, no drilling holes, no looking for the studs.
And it's sturdy.
And it holds,
it can
super sturdy, holds all your kitchen gadgets. Well, not if you drag it.
We know, but it does the trick.
No, that was my fault.
We were trying to move it.
Yeah. Okay, we're going to go back really quickly and pour the iced coffee while we do this.
Pour the iced coffee, yeah. So you
and
pour
you know
right
what?
over your eyes.
We should say, Alejandra, do not forget that you can scan that QR code right there and you can get any of these products. You can also head to today.com/shop.
Got another good one for you. Tomorrow, Grammy winner Common will be here with new music.
Plus, you'll want to see what happens when we took on the role of summer camp counselors for a group of kids.
Oh, my goodness. Have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Hey, thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Find your favorite recipes, celebrity interviews, uplifting stories, shop our favorite deals, and so much more with the Today app. Download it now.